been asked to talk about Colchester and its farming traditions. And its farming traditions, in fact, depend on people moving to Colchester, immigrants. So when you talk about immigrants, you have to ask two questions. One, why they left where they were to come here. And then you say, why here rather than somewhere else? Now, the reason they left their original homes varied from group to group and people to people. Some were persecuted for religious beliefs where they lived. Others left because of politics or because they couldn't make a living. Point is, over hundreds of years, many people moved to Colchester. And a lot of them became farmers. You have to ask, why Colchester? Why did they come to Colchester? Well, different reasons over different periods of time. In the beginning, a lot of people came here simply because it was here and there was a lot of land. And they brought in cattle from other areas to graze here. Other people came here at the same time because of the trees. You know, a lot of people don't think of it, but logging and the lumber industry is a farming activity. And they came here to cut lumber. They used it to build buildings. They used it, logs, to heat buildings, their homes. If you think of a lot of the homes in our early days were heated by wood. They would build fires, and that meant they needed a lot of wood, which was a lot of work, cutting those trees. If you take a house that was built in 1800 and you have a fireplace, you needed a fireplace in almost every room. And in the wintertime, to heat that house, it took a cord of wood per fireplace per month. And you think cutting down all those trees is easy? Believe me, it's not. Anyway, as time went on, other kinds of agriculture came in here. People developed truck farms where they would grow vegetables, and they would grow wheat, and there was cattle. Now, one of the more famous instances in people in Colchester's history was a fellow named Henry Champion, and he lived out in Westchester, near Westchester Four Corners. He was quite wealthy, and he and his sons took 500 head of cattle during the American Revolution and drove those cattle from Colchester down to Valley Forge to feed Washington's army. That's a lot of work. And then several years later, he took 900 head of cattle and drove them from Colchester down to Yorktown for Washington's army just before the surrender of the British. Anyway, as we move through history, Colchester often supplied food and cattle for the Northern armies in the Civil War. They grew food for armies in World War I, World War II. And in the early 20th century, a lot of immigrants came to Colchester from Eastern Europe. Many of them were Jewish, many of them were from the Ukraine. And they took up small farming, often chicken farming, and they raised their families here in Colchester. And here in the Historical Society, there's many account books and stories and pictures of these groups, such as these people right here. Now, in the 1980s, as Colchester grew very rapidly, other people were moved in and they would buy up land and build their houses on it, which meant that there was less land for the old-fashioned, what we think of old-fashioned kind of farming. However, what it did do is create different kinds of farming. that you have now in Colchester. So you have making cheese, raising of horses. You have the small truck farms where people can go and farm and buy vegetables at farm stands, things that were much less common even 150 and 100 years ago. And it's because of roads and automobiles that you're able to get to these places. But Colchester has a very varied history, and farming is a definite part of that history, and it's a part that should be known. And you have the people who participated in this industry should be better known, and we've got to keep that tradition alive. And I want to thank you for your attention.